By unveiling this plan for Gaza, which is to relocate everyone who lives there permanently. We would own and I guess sell to others. This is really what he wants to do. It's like our country's being run by the maniac from Saul. We could make it the Vegas of Somalia and everyone will love it. This plan to develop and repopulate Gaza.
Did you hear about Trump's latest plan? He wants to turn Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. Yeah, because nothing says luxury like relocating 2 million people for a beachfront property. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist roasting this idea on live TV, and boy, did he go all out. From Trump's hair to his Twitter addiction, Kimmel left no stone unturned. But how did the thin-skinned greatest president in history react? Let's just say his Twitter feed exploded faster than his real estate dreams. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Jimmy Kimmel's latest roast of Trump on live TV was a comedic masterpiece that had the audience in stitches. The late-night host didn't hold back, going straight for Trump's most sensitive spots, his hair and his Twitter addiction. Kimmel kicked things off with a zinger that sent shockwaves through the studio.
According to White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, the president's hair stayed perfectly still. He does not have a bald spot. Looks like what would happen if you rolled a cantaloupe around on the floor of a dog groomer.
The wind kills all your birds. All your birds killed. You know, the environmentalists never talk about it.
Trump's hair is so bad, even his scalp is trying to impeach it, he quipped. The audience erupted in laughter, but you could feel the tension in the air. Everyone knew Kimmel was just getting started. As the laughter died down, Kimmel set his sights on Trump's infamous Twitter habit. He compared it to Trump's well-known love for fast food, saying it was worse than his love for KFC.
Doesn't care about birds. The guy eats Kentucky Fried Chicken twice a week.
The audience was eating it up, but you could almost hear them holding their breath, wondering how far Kimmel would go. But Kimmel wasn't done yet. He had more jokes up his sleeve, and the audience was on the edge of their seats. Would Trump's ego survive this comedic onslaught? It was like watching a boxing match, with Kimmel landing blow after blow. The comedian even came up with some hilarious new nicknames for the former president. Grumpy Trumpy and Donnie Diapers were just a few of the gems Kimmel dropped throughout his monologue. Each one hit harder than the last, and you could almost imagine Trump's face getting redder and redder. But the real kicker came when Kimmel suggested that Trump might be less of a bad boy if he ate more vegetables. It was a brilliant move, simultaneously mocking Trump's diet and his behavior. The audience couldn't get enough of it. As Kimmel's roast came to an end, it was clear that he had struck comedy gold. His jokes about Trump's hair, Twitter addiction, and eating habits had landed perfectly. The audience was in stitches, and you could feel the energy in the room. Just when you thought Trump couldn't outdo himself, he's gone and cooked up a scheme that makes his Twitter tantrums look tame. Ever wondered what would happen if a failed casino mogul tried to redesign the Middle East? Well, folks, we're about to find out.
By unveiling this plan for Gaza, which is to relocate everyone who lives there permanently.
There is no denying that today's Democrat Party is the pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic party.
Trump's latest brainchild is turning Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. Yes, you heard that right. The man who couldn't make Atlantic City work now wants to build a luxury resort in one of the most conflict-ridden areas on the planet. It's like trying to build a sandcastle in a hurricane. Ambitious, but probably not the smartest move.
He would remove the almost 2 million Palestinians who live there and build a really cool real estate development.
The far left's continued embrace of vicious attacks against the Jewish community has shown their true colors.
The Orange Wonder's grand plan involves relocating a mere 2 million Palestinians. No big deal, right? Just pack up your lives, folks. We've got a cool real estate development coming through. It's as if Trump thinks he can solve decades of conflict with a few fancy hotels and a golf course. Maybe he's planning to build a wall and make Hamas pay for it.
We would own and I guess sell to others. This is really what he wants to do. It's like our country's being run by the maniac from Saul. We could make it the Vegas of Somalia and everyone will love it. This plan to develop and repopulate Gaza.
World leaders aren't exactly lining up for timeshares in Trump's Middle East paradise. In fact, they're reacting with a mix of disbelief and "are you kidding me?" From Egypt to the UK, Saudi Arabia to Germany, they're all giving Trump's idea a big thumbs down. It's like watching a global game of Not It. Nobody wants to touch this plan with a 10-foot pole.
Leaders of Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Jordan, Turkey, France, Germany, Spain, the UK have all forcefully rejected. Besides, are you out of your damn mind? Is if you pull all the Palestinians out of Palestine, who would then live there? Trump didn't even have success with the Atlantic City of New Jersey, never mind the Riviera of the Middle East. The only thing the United Nations and the Taliban have in common is they both think this is a terrible idea.
Even the UN and the Taliban are in agreement for once, and not in a good way. When you've got these two on the same page, you know you've really messed up. It's like getting your mom and your teenage self to agree on your fashion choices. Practically impossible, but Trump's managed it.
Do you envision living there?
I envision a world, people living there, the world's people. I don't want to be a wise guy, but the Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
Kimmel, never one to miss a chance to roast Trump, suggested that the former president's next brilliant idea might be the Vegas of Somalia. Because nothing says hit the jackpot like combining piracy with poker, right? Maybe Trump's hoping to expand his empire with some beachfront property in North Korea next.
The world's people. Maybe the village people, I don't know. You can see he's really thought this through. No matter what the crisis may be, everything always comes back to real estate with him. Is worse than the last idea. He seems to believe that the reason there's conflict in Gaza is because no one thought to give them a pickleball court.
As more details of the plan emerge, it's getting harder to tell if this is real life or just a really bad SNL skit. Trump's treating the Middle East like it's a game of Monopoly, but he seems to have forgotten that real people's lives are at stake. It's like he's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with a sledgehammer.
Trump said he spoke to the leaders and everybody loves it. All this was apparently news to Trump's new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, doozy of a press conference with the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, where he surprised everyone, including the people who work for him. I guess isn't in the loop because he reportedly first learned about it when Trump announced it on TV.
Messy, pointless, and likely to end in tears. Looks like Trump's ego got a sunburn from Kimmel's roast. Who knew the greatest president in history could be so easily ruffled by a few jokes? It's like watching a reality TV star try to play chess with a comedian and losing badly. Maybe Trump should stick to his forte, building golden toilets and tweeting at 3 a.m. But here's the kicker. Political satire isn't just about laughs. It's a powerful weapon against ridiculous ideas. Kimmel's roast showed that even the most powerful figures can be taken down a peg by a well-timed zinger. It's like kryptonite for bloated egos. So next time Trump tries to play real estate mogul with conflict zones, maybe he should remember, in the world of political comedy, he's not the landlord, he's the punchline.